Today I wanted to talk about my experience using WaxPack or WaxPack Nation or Gemmint as a middleman service. And to be absolutely honest, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. I was so fucking nervous about not getting my card back. I'm so happy to fucking have it back. I'll never send it back with them. I don't think I'll ever send them anything, or if they were to improve their process of stuff, to improve their customer service and their website, maybe, but even then, I feel like I made a mistake. What had happened was I had given them my card, my tryout set Zorua, on August 26th at Long Beach Collecticon. The way that I gave it to them was so what had happened was I had done my submission through PSA, and I assumed, which is bad, you should never make assumptions, I assumed that they were the ones that would be accepting drop-offs for PSA. And so what ended up happening was I gave them my card, and from there I was put on their system, and I had asked, I think maybe a few weeks or like a week or so, or a few days after dropping off my card, what was the status on it, because it had said still pending. And I don't know if I'm pretty sure I have screenshots. I'll pull them up and put them here. But I had screenshots, and then I would reach out to them every so often, and they would say that they would they would get back to me about my card. And so I started looking at their posts on their Instagram. I was fucking terrified. I was like, okay, there's several people so far that haven't either been getting a reply, they haven't received their cards, they're missing cards, they received somebody else's cards, or they received a service that they weren't asking for, or they didn't receive the service that they were asking for. And so I was extremely fucking paranoid. I was just like, I hope I fucking get my card back. And I'm sorry for so many expletives. I was extremely fucking scared. I got this card, and there's only one other person who I know has a card just like this one. Well, actually there's two other people, but not this card. I know that there's two other people that have, 2 or 3 other people that have tryout set cards, but from this particular era. But they don't have the complete set. I only have one of the cards because this particular card is illustrated by Kanako Io. You can't see it, but it's there at the bottom, and I love Kanako Io. And so I got in contact. Pretty much what was happening was I messaged them, I texted them on their customer service number. I would receive a reply, and then they would say they would get back to me. They wouldn't get back to me. And then eventually I went to their Instagram, and then I messaged them, and then they said they would get back to me, but they never got back to me. And then eventually I was added to the Facebook group, and I think after some time I did get a reply, and then it was about my card having been rejected because it was not endorsed, or it was not made by Pokemon, which is absolute malarkey because you can't see it, but it says Pokemon 2011 Pokemon Nintendo Creatures Game Freak. And this particular card, it was released in the subscription only service magazine, and there was maybe 6 other cards, I believe, 6 or 8 other cards, and none of the illustrations from those particular cards or ever made again. They so this artist, they haven't done this artwork for a set. They did it for this particular tryout set, which was used to teach children on how to play the Pokemon TCG. And so they let me know my card was rejected for that reason. And then I was just like, okay, well, by when should I expect it back? And then I didn't receive a reply for maybe fucking 3 weeks. No, more than 3 weeks. And then they kept posting on their Facebook about how they needed to improve on customer service and their website, because there was a lot of issues on their website. And so I was just like, yes, I definitely recommend you guys working on that, because I'll probably never use them again because of that. And I had also reached out to some of the people in the comments of their Instagram posts to ask them, have you received any reply? Have you received your items back? Because like, I only sent them one card, but had somebody sent more than one card, and them being like their personal grails or like really expensive sports cards, I'd be fucking horrified if I didn't receive my card back, or if it's like a auto. I'd be fucking terrified. I'd be upset. I'd be confused. I'd be like, where the fuck is my shit? But yeah, that's like the big thing, is like, I recommend that they work on their customer service and on their website. And I will never use them again. I don't recommend them unless you truly trust them. But even then, like, after that whole experience, I did not trust them. I understand that it's a small business, but at the same time, it was upsetting to receive a reply and then never hear back after they giving me a message saying that they would get back to me in a few hours, or 48 hours, or 24 hours, and I wouldn't receive anything. So yeah, that was the biggest thing that bothered me. And then even like throughout my whole time that I was like checking to see what was the status on my card, it continued to say pending on the website. And I was just like, where the fuck is my card? It's not easy to fucking find. And they would say, we'll get back to you with more research. And I was just like, oh fuck, please, Jesus Christ, let my card be okay. But yeah, I mean, that's all I can say is like, I wouldn't recommend them, but if you really truly want to use them, be my guest. Just know that you're putting your cards into the hands of another person, not directly into PSA's hands. Yeah, and the reason I gave them my card is because, like, me having gone into Collecticon, I assumed that they were the drop-off location for PSA, because it says drop-off. I think it said drop-off submissions accepted here at their booth. And so I should have just gone directly to the PSA booth, but I had assumed that they were the PSA booth because they have this big square fucking banner that says that, or said something along those lines. Yeah. I'm hoping I could submit this baby through somebody, because like, I want it to be saved for, like, not just me, but for maybe my family, in case something does happen to me. That way they can have something, because like, I have all of these cards illustrated by Kanako Io and Saya Saruta, and some of them aren't cheap, and it's not that I want something in return for them, it's that I love the artist, and if my collection had to be sold to somebody, I would want my family to be able to do that to cover the costs of like my funeral expenses or something. That way they can be set, but also it's a little bit more complicated than that. But yeah, I hope I can find somebody who I could submit this through, because it's something I definitely want to keep either in my family or pass on to either maybe future children that I have. Maybe, we don't know if I want to have kids. I'm like gonna be 30 next year, and I'm like, I don't know if I really want them, but I do want one, maybe. I don't fucking know. But yeah, that's it. Just be very wary, be very cautious when using third-party middleman services, because you might not get your stuff, or you might get somebody else's stuff, or you might not get the services you asked for, or you might get something else that you asked for, and it's better to do it yourself. And even then, like, from what I've seen recently though, PSA, from according to Opossum Bud's videos, is that PSA has been damaging cards that they've been slabbing up, and I'm like, I have no recommendations when it comes to fucking grading services. I just want to put one fucking card in, or a few fucking cards for my personal collection, and they're not in the best condition, to be fair. They're, yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye.